we made some great shots that end, and the key one was the hit and roll and cornered there. So yeah, Val called it really good, and the girls swept it perfectly. Their rock just stopped in a kind of a perfect spot for the angle on my hit. So yeah, so it's just a few good shots and setups and 3.
Yeah, so I started curling at the Pembina Curling Club in Winnipeg. So I played there all throughout my formative years, probably from the time I was 5 to 13, 14 years old. So yeah, they had a great junior program, and we had lots of fun there. And the second part of your question was, how does it feel to represent Canada?
Yeah, how does it feel the first time you stepped on the ice with the cannon on your back? How did that feel?
It was pretty surreal. I don't think it was something that I really saw myself accomplishing so early. And I was so fortunate to be given the opportunity to join the Jones team for that year. So I learned a lot, and it was just electric in that building. It was so awesome to be on home soil for that Worlds.
Yeah, that's what we're kind of treating every game as, that it is our last. It's the final. Like, we can't really afford to lose any more games. So we want to try and just keep our same record going in. So 2 big games tomorrow, and we got to come out strong.
Yeah, definitely. Especially just started the championship round. Now I feel there's just a little bit of more momentum building towards the end of the week. And yeah, the intensity is definitely increased out there on the ice. You can feel it amongst all the players, which is awesome. It really brings out the best in everyone's game, I think. Yeah, definitely. Especially just started the championship round. Now I feel there's just a little bit of more momentum building towards the end of the week. And yeah, the intensity is definitely increased out there on the ice. You can feel it amongst all the players, which is awesome. It really brings out the best in everyone's game, I think.
I think it was patience. We weren't perfect by any means, and we just kind of stayed in our learning mode the whole game. And if we did have a miss, whether it was on a throw or a broom position or whatever, we didn't miss the same way twice often. And I think that was the key to just kind of hanging in there and really grinding that game and waiting for a big opportunity.
I don't think necessarily just from last year. We know we play our best when we're having fun, and not too focused on the outcome and just kind of living in the moment. So I think we know that works for us, and I think that was a key to success.
Sure. I learned to curl at the Scarborough Golf and Country Club, which unfortunately is no longer a curling club. I have a lot of credit to the members there for kind of embracing a junior under their wing. I know a lot of clubs, juniors don't always play in adult leagues and whatnot, but they still support me to this day incredibly. And to all the Scarborough members watching, thank you. I love you. And to wear the maple leaf is just, I don't really know how to explain it. It's a feeling of pride. It's a bit of a feeling of pressure. It's a feeling of joy. It's everything.
Yeah, and I guess I fell in love with the game in my young teens at the St. Vital Curling Club in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and that's still like a home club to me. It's somewhere that I'm close to a bunch of members of the board, and my family has long ties there. So definitely still a special place. But as for the Maple Leaf, I think Laura nailed it on the head. It's always an honor to get that opportunity, and it comes with a sense of pride, sense of pressure. Yeah. No, I don't think it's something that we've necessarily talked, like we knew that wasn't really on the table this year, which is fine. I think we were really excited to have this opportunity to even be here right now. I think given the state of the world and kind of everything we're going through, and then being selected to represent Alberta, I think was something that we were really honored to do. So I think we're just happy to be here.
You can't ask for anything more. It's hard when you need to win and you need some help. That's always like a tough feeling out there. And now we have to go out there and do our own thing and control what we can control, which is winning both of our games. And then I think like you said, we'll be in a good position. So I'd much rather be in that position than the other one of needing some help across the board.
Yeah, I think we were more worried about our own outcome there. Like, we also have 3 losses. So I think we knew that we were in big trouble if we came out kind of 1-1 today. So obviously, having a lower record for them helps us in the long run. But I think really we wanted to win that game.
I mean, I think there's always going to be a little bit of nerves on any game going into, at the Scotties, and especially on a day that's so important like it was for us today. But I don't think it was, I think they were like the good nerves that brought us some really good focus, and it really kind of grounded us and made us do what we needed to do rather than kind of the bad nerves that took us the wrong direction. So yeah, I think that was there a little bit, but I think it worked for us today. In my words, okay.
Well, your words either.
I think big is the word. It was key. It was mandatory for us pretty much at this point. I guess mandatory is a good word for it. We needed it. And I'm proud of the way we went out there and got it.
Yeah, I learned at the Assiniboine Memorial in Winnipeg. I was part of the Junior Rocks program with my 2 cousins and my best friend, and my dad was the organizer of the junior event. So that club is near and dear to my heart. I actually live like right beside it now. So it's essentially my neighbor, and we won our junior provincials there with those same girls that I started out with. So yeah, I love the Assiniboine Memorial back home, and it means a lot to me, and I miss it.
Yeah, I started a little bit later. I believe I was 12 when I started. I had moved to a new town. I had been basketball and soccer player and moved to a town that was strictly hockey and baseball that kids had been playing since they were 5. And I was very behind in those 2 sports. So I thought I would try out curling, and they happened to have a weekly junior program, and that's how I got into that. And actually went to my first provincials sparing for a team, not knowing what we were playing for, winning the zone and going to my first provincials that way. So, and then I just never quit.
I think that's curling in a nutshell. It's a game of inches. So today was a tough one, to be honest. I can think of 2 bad ends, and it cost us the game, unfortunately. I wasn't my best earlier today, and then unfortunately we had about 45 minutes to get over it and do some deep breathing, eat a good meal, and come back and yeah, grind out a win this evening. Of course, we would have liked to have won in 10, but go to extra and the girls cleaned up, so I didn't even have to throw my last one. That's curling for me. It's the game of emotions. It's been a little bit easier to get over the losses during the week because we had more time off. Today was a bit of a tough one, so I'm really proud of the team for coming out and playing a good game again and getting the W that we need. And yeah, obviously I'd love our record to be better, but I'm still super proud of the team, and we're here in the championship pool and being competitive, and we're one end away, a couple of games from being in first place essentially. So
Yeah, I think obviously a few things have to go in our favor, but I think all we can do right now is focus on winning our next 2 games and playing them as the best that we can. I know that we definitely felt like we have room for improvement today. We would like to be closer to what we were probably yesterday, I would say. And then I think we can feel confident in getting us to a place where we can hope a few things go the right way and see what happens.
Honestly, I thought it was for 3. I couldn't believe that the one we ran back went through the hole. So I think it sounds like just a hair higher and might not have gone through the hole. But yeah, I was we knew the line and pretty confident in throwing it, but just a fraction off, and then we had to battle hard on that extra end. I mean, when it's for the tie, it's not great. It's not great because it's a battle when you don't have hammer going into the extra, and the girls swept their butts off to make that last one really good, and it was enough for the win. So really proud of my team for sticking with us, and yeah, it was a battle out there. I don't know if St. George missed until the last shot there, so she had a phenomenal game, and kudos to them, and had us on our toes, and had to make a huge shot in 10, and I mean, just tons of team shots made across the game. Yeah, I think she made more shots than I did when I was her age, so kudos to her. Yeah, she'll be a contender for many years to come, and awesome to see that coming out of Quebec. Obviously, they're doing the right things in their program and their coaching, and they're going to go really far in the sport. I mean, the one game we played this year was against her.
What was it for you?
So yeah, not that it really matters because this is a whole new event and it doesn't really make much difference, but I mean, we're all playing against tons of former teammates out here. every game. And yeah, we're just going out there and trying to play our best, and hopefully it's enough when the rocks settle. She gave it about 50%, so imagine if she gave it 100.
Yeah, I mean, Rachel threw perfect weight. If you're a little heavy in that line, it runs. If you're a little too light, you're all over the guard. So she threw it great. That's what I wanted to see. And thankfully, we were able to get it there. We've trained really hard this year. We haven't had a lot of curling. So there's been a lot of basement workouts for Sarah and I, and proud of how we're sticking with it and plugging away. And Rachel's just been playing phenomenally. So we're happy to keep supporting her.
Yeah, I mean, we throughout the game, I mean, I missed a ton too. And my team stuck with me, and their belief in me and their support in me is the only reason I was able to make those tough shots in the end. Like honestly, 100%. Because it's easy to look at the negatives when your skip's not quite firing today. But they stuck with me and helped support me and being able to make those shots. And I'm just so confident in their sweeping and Emma's line calling. I mean, we always try and rise to the occasion, and we've been known to do that in the past. And just their support and making sure that I had all the information to make those last few shots in this morning's game, and then again tonight.
Yeah, I'll probably be up till about 1 tonight with the adrenaline. Honestly, it feels like a regular Scotties. Like you're never playing your 10th game and sitting there with a ton left in the tank. So just not focusing on it too much, trying to recover properly. We're so excited to be here and in the position that we're in. So leave it all out there when we're out on the ice, and have some coffee in between when we can, and try to get a good sleep tonight.
You want to go first? Want me to go first?
I learned how to curl at the Crestwood Curling Club in Edmonton. It was great community environment. There were lots of young kids, lots of older kids, teenagers, and parents helping out. So it was always this nice feeling like you belonged in a group. Lots of positive reinforcement, and my parents loved it because it was an activity that you only had to do once a week. There's 4 kids in my family, so that was important. And then, yeah, wearing the maple leaf is the most incredible feeling. You really feel like you've made it, and the pride that you get to have when you step on the ice with that on. Curlers in Canada are phenomenal. So when you have that opportunity, you just know that you've really accomplished something.
For myself, I actually started curling at the Rideau Curling Club, and Emma was there, and Don Askin, and Don Askin's parents taught us how to curl. They were the organizers of everything, so it's all Don's fault that I'm curling. I'm just kidding.
Your purple splash pants.
Yeah. And we had a ton of fun there. And then I also curled quite a bit at the Navan Curling Club growing up through my youth, and amazing program there. There was tons of kids. I think there was 5 or 6 sheets, and they were always full. And I think the grassroots of this sport is amazing, and we need to keep that going. And then wearing maple leaf is an incredible feeling when you're able to achieve the top of the podium amongst phenomenal curlers. You saw all the games today, tons of extra ends right to the last rock, tons of excitement for everyone watching. The caliber in Canada is phenomenal. So when you get to the top of the podium and you're able to beat your peers, it's a phenomenal feeling. And then just kind of coming together as a country and feeling that national pride and having everybody support you. It's been amazing to watch other curlers after they beat us to go and represent Canada. And it's just a phenomenal feeling as well to wear that maple leaf and to wear your heart on your sleeve.